Hey, Chuck here, Corner Store Card Collector, back with another video. Well, it's Friday night and I've been going through some of my cards to put together that special that just came out by PSA, which is the any card from the 1980s. So I was going through some of my basketball cards because I wanted to see if I had any Jordans left from the late 80s. And I came across a subset that is, I don't know if it's rare, but it was a Malin subset, and I wanted to kind of show that off. And then secondly, I wanted to show off some of the packs that I'm going to open up today. I have some 88 football, some 89 football, and some 87 Topps baseball. I think they're cello packs, yeah. Some cello packs. I'm going to see if I can pull a couple of key rookies out of there to augment my 200 card PSA order that I'm going to be sending in probably in the next week and a half or so. Before I do so, I wanted to update everybody on, I have two reveal videos that I did, or preview reveal videos that I did, and my first 100 card submission is now in the assembly stage. So it hit the assembly stage last night, so I'm excited to kind of see those cards come back in the next 10 days to 2 weeks. And my second 100 card order that I put in hasn't, it just hit the arrived stage, so it's got a ways to go on that one. All right, so what I want to do is go ahead and show you this 12 card subset that I got from Michael Jordan. Well, not from Michael Jordan, but it features Michael Jordan. And I actually have two sets of it, so I'm going to kind of show you how they arrived and what the cards look like. Then I'll open up some cards and then I'll end the video for tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and turn the camera around and I'll show you some cards. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some cards that I selected to show tonight. All right, so the first group of cards I want to show you are a subset of Michael Jordan that came out in the late 1990s. It was a Malin set that features Michael Jordan, and it was done by Gatorade. And to kind of show you what they look like, I don't know how many of you have collected these cards, but this is the package they came in. This one is unopened. As you can see, I received this on January 13th of 1999. It has my military address on it. It got forwarded to Okinawa, Japan. I was actually stationed in Okinawa, Japan at the time when this video, or when this package was mailed to me, as you can see up there. It was mailed to Camp Lejeune on the 17th of December of 98. And then this is the FPO forwarding stamp. And you can see that the mail people in Okinawa got it on the 13th of January of 99, so I received it shortly after that. But this set was sponsored by Gatorade, and it was called the NBA Dreams. There was a 12 card subset of Michael Jordan in it, so let's go ahead and show you what those 12 cards look like. Put this over here. All right, so these are supersized cards. They're pretty wide, and I think they're like 4 by 7, 4 inches by 7. Might be a little bit bigger. This is the first card, and they go from 85 to, I believe, 97. All right, so this is the first card. Let's take a look at the back of it. And this set right here, I'm going to go ahead and get these sleeved up. And the next opportunity I have to send in for a Jordan special, I'm going to send this set in. These cards are in pristine shape, so I'm expecting to get hopefully 9s or 10s. There may be an 8 in here, but hopefully 9s and 10s, but I want to get the whole set graded. All right, so that's card number 1. Card number 2. I love the gold, you know, the red uniform, kind of goes with the gold with the black signature. This one says playoff sensation. Card number 2. I'd like to know down in the comments how many of you actually have this set. I think it's pretty rare. I don't know how often people sent away for cards, especially in the 80s and 90s. There was lots of opportunities, whether you did it from the wax pack wrapper or through other means. I think I actually got a form from the Gatorade sales where you buy, you know, as many Gatorades as it takes to cover the cost of these cards, and then you mail it in with the proof of how many you bought, and then they mail you the set. But I do have 2 of them. Here's card number 3. Card number 4, MVP. Nice pose of Jordan with the roll, fingertip roll. I wasn't a basketball fan until around the late 1980s, early 1990s when I got stationed in North Carolina. Michael Jordan's name was just super huge there, and I started watching highlights of him, and it got me into collecting his cards. Card number 5. Yeah, they got a really nice look to him. Nice Jordan dunk. Number 6. This one looks like it might have a dinged corner. Yeah, like I said, the majority of the cards are in really good shape, but some of them do have some corner issues. I just recently opened this up, so I mean they've been in the package for God since 1999, so they've been in many moves, been packed up many times, and moved around, so they probably got banged around in the boxes a couple of times or not, but they're in good shape for, you know, being as old as they are. This is card number 7. Card number 8. Nice image of Jordan on this card here with the flying dunk. Look how wide that dribble is. Actually, it looks like he's palming the ball right there, just kind of like sticking it out. That's a pretty long extension there. Card number 8. Card number 9. Just a basic Jordan stretch dunk. This is All-Star one. Card number 10. If anybody knows if they make plastic penny sleeves for these oversized cards, please drop that down in the comment and where you could find those at, because I don't want to waste sending them in these expensive plastic holders. I'd like to put them in sleeves and then cardboard them together, because these big top loaders are pretty expensive, especially these oversized ones. But yeah, if anybody knows where you can get penny sleeves for these, that would be great information. Just drop that in the comment box. Okay, number 11. Nice pose after the dunk. Return to glory, says on the card. And then the final card in the set is this 1997 High Five card. It's an unusual pose of Michael Jordan. MJ as he's known. Card 12 out of 12. And these cards were made by Upper Deck. So Upper Deck was working with Gatorade when they produced this and came up with a great subset here of Michael Jordan. Alright, so those are the 12 cards that come in the set. Like I said, I have 2 of them, and they were basically just a mail-in offer through Gatorade in the late 1990s. So yeah, that's a pretty cool set to have. Now what I want to do is I'm going to open up a total of 7 packs. I have 2 packs of 1988 Topps football cards, 2 packs of 1989 Topps football cards, and then I have 3 packs of 1987 Topps baseball cards that are cello packs. All right, so the first cards I'm going to do are the 1988 cards. Look for the Bo Jackson. I have 2 Bo Jacksons already in my 200 card submission that I'm going to get ready to package up here and send in. I will do a review video on probably Monday or Tuesday before I get them sent off to PSA. So if you're interested in seeing the 200 cards that I'm sending in, then you know, be on the lookout for that video to come out. All right, like I said, I do have 2 Bo Jackson rookies in the 200 card set. However, I don't think they're going to gem. At best, I may get a 9 on one of them. One of them is off center pretty bad, so I think that best that one's going to do is an 8. All right, so the first card. Bill Frelick from the Falcons. Nice Dolphins team card with Marino on it. Could be a potential. JoJo Townsend. There's a Bruce Smith third-year card. I'm in search of this one, so that might be a potential. I'm trying to put his run together. Being a Bills fan, I'm trying to get all of the major stars runs, so we'll see how that works out. I do have 3 unopened boxes, so I just dipped into the first box. This is probably the 4th or 5th pack I've opened up. I've opened up a couple of packs a few days ago. Carl Banks. But I do have 3 full boxes that I'm going to burn through over time and pull out all of the star rookies or key rookies and stars out of them that are gradable and get them graded. Mike Harden. I can see this pack looks like it might have been shifted around a little bit. I can see the upper right hand corner. Some of them have nicks on them. Chuck Long. Walter Stanley. Thousand-Yard Club is going to be Al Toon. Turn this over here. Mike Pitts, Philadelphia Eagles. That card's off center. Got a stain there in the lower left. Vincey Glenn, San Diego Chargers. Ronnie Lott. This is what, his 7th year card? 6th year card? Doug Cosby. Off center, top to bottom. Tony Eason, another one off center, top to bottom. Tampa Bay Bucks, nobody of significance. And the final card for this pack is a Leo Lewis card. All right, so that was a dud. Nothing came out of that pack. Maybe that 3rd year Bruce Smith, that looked like it was in pretty decent shape. All right, for the second pack of this 1988 Topps football, let's go ahead and open them up. When I bought these, I still have stickers on the box, $18 a box. I think now they're going for about $300 or $400 a box. The Bo Jackson rookie year, but I got stickers on the box saying I paid 18 bucks a box. Gum pieces on there, pretty good. All right, so we'll mess with that later. The gum card, Ray Wersching, kicker for the 49ers. Let me put that aside there and get that gum off later. Next up is this Neil Lomax. Gerald Carter. It's a nice Lawrence Taylor, but way off center, top to bottom. Got a Chris Washington. Frank Minifield. There's a Kevin Mack. The 1,000-yard club card is going to be Mark Clayton from the Dolphins. Got a receiving leaders card with Al Toon and Art Smith on it. Or TJ Smith, I'm sorry, or JT Smith. My R's are deceiving me. I should have my reading glasses on. Next up, this is Paul Palmer. Gary James. Mike Bell. Bengals team card featuring Boomer Esiason. Nice Mark Clayton card. Here's it. That's later in his career. It's probably 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6-year card from Mark Clayton. A nice Steve Young 3rd-year card. That might have potential. And then the final card for my 1988 reveal is going to be this Chip Banks. All right, so those are the 2 packs from the 1988 Topps Football Wax. Didn't do too well with that. Not surprising. Okay, now let's move into the 1989. I'm looking for a Michael Irvin rookie, maybe a Thurman Thomas rookie. See if I can get the gum off of this. That sounded pretty good. All right, so the first card, my gum card, Lionel Manuel. Put him over here. Chris Hilton from the Colts. Dennis Gentry. Mark Murphy of the Packers. Checklist card. There's a nice Buffalo Bills card. Ronnie Harmon. Mike Wiltshire. All right, for the 1,000-yard club here, and this one is going to be the Neil Anderson card. Off center, top to bottom, off center, left to right. All right, next up, going to be this Andre Tippett. All right, next up, we got the Robert Moore. Man, getting some pretty crappy cards. Next up is this Dwight Stone Steelers card. Off center. Gary Plummer. The Chris Burkett, Buffalo Bills, off center. Wasn't around too long. A few years, I think. 2 or 3 years he was on a team. Nate Newton, Cowboys. And then the final card for the first pack is this, don't even know how to say his name, Tunch Ilkin from the Steelers. Alright, so that's the first pack. That was a dud. Alright, the second pack for this 1989 Top Football. Man, I don't think I got any potentials to augment my order I'm getting ready to send in for that 80 special. Alright, another gum card. That one's stuck on there pretty good. Alright, so the gum card is going to be Carl Lee from the Vikings. That card looks pretty well centered, so hopefully this pack does better than the first pack. Steve DeBerg. Chuck Cecil. Ray Berry. Jarvis Williams. Way off center, left to right. There's a nice Eric Dickerson. It's a little bit off center, left to right. Top and bottom looks pretty decent, but it's off center, left to right. Reggie Langhorne. Thousand-yard club. It's going to be this Ricky Sanders. All right, next up, Freddie Joe Nunn from the Cardinals. Bill Fralick. Ray Donaldson. Yeah, man, this is pretty hard to see here. Not too many good quality stars or rookies to potentially put inside the order. And the final card is this Scott Norwood. That's actually a decently centered card. Feel bad for Scott. That Super Bowl 25 was not a good experience for him, and his career took a dive after that missed field goal. Too bad. All right, so I struck out on 4 packs football cards. Let's see how I do with this 1987 cello pack. I have 3 of them that I'm going to open up. There's 31 cards per pack, so hopefully I get something. Looking for the McGuire, the Bo Jackson, maybe the Jose Canseco. All right, let's see how we do with these. All right, card number 1. Johnny Grubb. That's the second card so far. That's off center, top to bottom, so I hope the whole pack is not. This one is too. Julio Franco. Bill Schroeder. one's actually off top to bottom too, but going the opposite direction. On top it's short. That one's off left to right. This is a very sensitive, condition sensitive series. These 87 Topps baseball cards are hard to get centered. Ozzie Gillian. Tim Raines. Dusty Baker. Yeah, we're not doing too well. That one's pretty off top to bottom. That Corbett. Not doing so well. Chuck Tanner. Manager card. Okay, here's one of those. Ooh, this one's sticking together pretty good. Oh. There's the gum card with a little send-away thing. All right, Chili Davis. Nice Ozzie Smith card. Looks fairly decent. Toby Haring. Luis Salazar. I think he was traded to the Cubs a few years after this 87 season. I remember that name from him playing on the Cubs in the early 90s. If anybody knows, put down in the comment box to confirm that he was actually on the Cubs squad. I could Google it after I get off here. But I think he was on the, Luis Salazar was on the Cubs there in the early 90s. Bruce Ruffin, it's a rookie card. Don't know who he is. Obviously, he was not an impact player. I don't know. I'm not a big baseball fan, so a lot of these players I don't know. I'm more of a football collector than I am baseball. Steve Sachs. Bobby Bonilla. Kind of got a similar image of the Barry Bonds. Team cards for the Boston Red Sox. Buddy Bell. Looks like this pack's going to be a dud. Pete Ladd. Billy Bean. Nice Cubs card. Never heard of him, but nevertheless, he's on a Cubs card, or a Cubs uniform, any Cubs uniform. Finishing off the pack with a dud. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's go into the second pack. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit better on the second pack. There's a nice Wade Boggs. Looks to be a little bit off center. Actually, no, it doesn't look too bad. I'll have to take a little closer look at that one. But you know, I became a Wade Boggs fan by watching Wade Boggs Fans channel, actually, and he's just very knowledgeable about Wade Boggs, and I've learned a lot about the teams he's been on. Love the interview he did with him. I don't know how many of you subscribe to Wade Boggs Fans channel, but yeah, I just learned a lot of stuff about Wade Boggs. I actually just picked up a signed baseball bat off of a Facebook user sold it to me. It's got like 3 or 4 inscriptions on it. So yeah, ever since I've been watching his channel, I've become a Wade Boggs fan. So I'm going to start getting some of his cards graded, or either purchasing them or getting them graded if I have any ones that are gradable. Mark Davis. Yeah, John over there at Wade Boggs Fan is really knowledgeable. He's a super collector of Wade Boggs. Come on, we got to get somebody in here I can potentially sleeve up and get sent off to PSA. Daryl Miller's not doing it. Larry McWilliams. Wasn't too big into baseball during the 1987 season, or up to the 1987 season. I did mention a few videos back that when I first joined the Marine Corps, my very first roommate, or one of 2 roommates, was from Chicago, and that's back in the days when the late 1980s. That's back in the days when Chicago used to play their only day games in Wrigley Field. So we would sit and watch the games during the afternoon when there wasn't really much going on. And I became a Cubs fan and still am to this day. I've been to probably 4 or 5 Cubs games, but I've only been to one game at Wrigley Field. That was during the National. When was the National in Chicago? 2021? Yeah, I think it was 2021. I went to the National in Chicago and wound up going to a Cubs game with my wife's cousin. That was kind of fun. Frank White. Be nice to get the Bo Jackson rookie too. We'll see. I'm running out of cards. There's a Lee Smith. Off center, top to bottom. Hall of Famer. Bobby Thompson rookie card. I can honestly say I've never heard of him. Bill Buckner. I do know the story behind the infamous ball slipping between his legs, so I at least know that much. Nice Darryl Strawberry. Yeah, there's the Mark McGwire right there. Too bad it's off center, top to bottom. Left to right looks pretty good, but yeah, it's definitely off top to bottom. Bummer. Oh, Tippy Martinez. It's a nice checklist. I got to admit, though, I do like the green look for the borders on the cards, or the wood grain look. Kind of gives the card some character. I like the team logo in the upper left-hand corner. I do like how the name is highlighted in bright colors. And then you got the Topps logo in the lower left. Finishing off the second cello pack with a Jeff Hamilton. So with the Mark McGwire off center, we're not doing so well. All right, final pack I'm gonna open up tonight. And if I don't get anything to put into that order, it's gonna go out the way it is with the 200 cards that I've selected from my collection. I do have about 3,000 cards on standby, ready to go, all sleeved up in their penny sleeves and in the semi-rigid card holder to send to PSA. I've gone through probably about 40% of my collection, so we'll see how well I do on this order. If you follow any of my videos, you'll see that I'm trying to convert all of my gradable cards to PSA. I started that right during the pandemic. Didn't really have much to do, so I decided to start going through my boxes of cards that I've had all packed up for the last 25, 30 years and figure out which ones are gradable and which ones aren't. Howard Johnson, got a story about him. I'll tell at a later time. Met him in San Diego. Padres were playing the Cubs when he was on the Cubs. Daryl Boston. So far, not really good. These cards seem to be off-center top to bottom so far through this entire pack. There's another one. Nice Steve Garvey, off-center though. Omar Romero, or Moreno. There's a Hall of Famer, Ted Simmons. God, he looks like a big dude. Lance McCullers. That one's seriously off-center, top to bottom. Ron Washington. Andy Ashby. So between the three cello packs, that's a total of 93 cards, and wow, pretty unfortunate that they're pretty bad off. A lot of them are off-center, either top or bottom, left or right, or both, with only pulling that one McGwire, which was off. Ron Sy. There's another Hall of Famer, Don Sutton. Yeah, the thing about these late 80 junk wax, you know, if you don't pull a 9, at least a 9, you're really losing money when you send them in for grading. You really need to pull a 9, preferably a 10, to get anything out of them. You get an 8, you're basically losing. The grading fees are what, 15 bucks if you catch a special. Otherwise it's 19 bucks. So yeah, you gotta really almost get a 9. And you don't want to just send in any card. You want to make sure that these are, you know, key rookies of the set or any kind of superstar. Julio Cruz. Terry Mulholland. John Moses. Well, we're getting down to the last couple of cards. Doesn't look like we're going to hit anything big. Dwayne Murphy. Well, the good thing is I can use some of these cards to go through my sets to see if I have any off-centered cards, maybe upgrade. Better the condition of the cards for the set. And finishing off the third cello pack of this 87 Topps baseball is Glenn Bragg's. All right, well, unfortunately I didn't do too well with those 7 packs of cards that I just opened up, so I'm going to just go with what I have already packaged up for the 80 special for the month of July. So be on the lookout. At some point next week I'll get that preview video together. I'll probably break it up into 2 different videos, being 200 cards. I'll probably do 100 cards on each video and kind of run through them real quick just to get them on camera for documentation. There has been a lot of channels I've been watching that have been getting cards back, and they're doing the reveals, and it's very common that they keep saying that, oh, I don't remember that crease being on there, I don't remember that corner being dinged. So I want to make sure I document my cards and get, you know, pretty good pictures of them, so when they come back expecting a, you know, 8, 9, or a 10, and they come back a 3 or a 4, you know, you might have something to reference to, you know, see if that the damage took place while it was in PSA's possession. So anyways, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I really like that Michael Jordan subset, that 12-card subset from the late 1990s. As I mentioned earlier in the video, if you collect basketball cards and you know of that set, do you own one? Do you like it? Got a lot of nice shine to them. Very nice cards. The only con I would say would be that the oversized card is not something that people tend to collect. But anyways, you know, they were produced by Gatorade, and just fortunate to have 2 sets of them. But if you have one, just let me know down in the comment box, and let me know what you think about those sets. All right, with that being said, I hope you have a great Friday evening, and we will see you on the next video. All right, bye.